Have you heard about the flat iron steak? Flat iron steak might just be the new king of steaks. It's as flavorful, if not more so, than a ribeye, yet it's closer in tenderness to a tenderloin. This just might be the ultimate steak, and it turns out to be super easy to cook. Just a couple of little things you've got to keep in mind. With that, we're going to be going into the show. I'm Ralph. Welcome to my kitchen, and let's get started. First off, this is what the flat iron steak looks like. Long piece of meat. Looks very similar to like a flank steak, but flank steaks come from the tummy. This comes from the chuck area. Normally the chuck is known for being a little bit chewier, tougher meat. Not so with the flat iron steak, which is cut from the chuck. Now, it comes in kind of a big piece that has a slip of silver skin in the middle. So the butchers have to cut those apart. Most of the time they can do a pretty good job, and they did a pretty good job in this, but I'm just trimming a little bit of excess away just to be on the safe side here. They did a pretty good job. I trimmed a little bit earlier, just kind of making it a little bit more even here. With that, I'm going to cut this into two pieces. Now the grain of this is going to be going in this direction. So when we cut it, we're going to be wanting to cutting against the grain when it's done. Beauty of these things is it just does not take them very long to cook. Very simple preparation, but like typical steaks, you want to season it. So I'm going to start out by seasoning with coarse salt. Got some kosher salt here. I think I'll just cut a little bit more of that silver skin away here. For the most part, the butchers did a pretty good job. Now, flat iron steaks generally have really good marbling. And that's where all that rich flavor is going to be coming from. Now, when I salt my steaks, I let them sit for at least 45 minutes, sometimes as long as 24 hours ahead of time. So I'm going to take this, I'm going to put it on a rack, and then I'm going to be putting it into the refrigerator. Just drying it off a little bit more beforehand. Probably should have done that before the salt, but that's okay. What we want is for it to be as dry as possible. Now that salt is going to be bringing moisture out, and then the moisture is going to be seeping back into the meat, flavoring the meat and helping to tenderize it. So with that said, we're going to stick it in the refrigerator and be back in about an hour or so. Okay, we're back. I've just taken these out of the refrigerator. They've been in there for a little bit over an hour. Just gonna make sure they're good and patted dry. Flip them over, do the same on the other side. I'm going to add a little bit of avocado oil. Now I'm only going to be cooking one of these at the moment. A little bit on the other side. Now I've preheated my griddle, so it's good and hot right now. Put a little bit of pepper. I'm going to put it directly on the griddle. Set my timer. And we're going to be cooking these for 3 minutes per side. Now, you do a lot of research on all the recipes, and they say cook it for anywhere from 2 minutes to 3 minutes, or 3 minutes to 4 minutes. So I'm going to choose that 3-minute spot as the sweet spot. And I'm going to get my instant read thermometer ready. What we're looking for is an internal temperature of about 130 to 135. Now that sounds a little bit higher than what we normally would for a medium rare, but on a flat iron steak, you want an internal temperature to be a little bit hotter. It's got a different fiber width, muscle fiber, than say a tenderloin, which has very narrow fibers. This could have a rather thick fiber, and so that little higher temperature is going to be making that fiber a little bit more tender. So that's what we're shooting for. Okay, so that's 3 minutes. Gonna flip that over. It's already set for another 3. In the meantime, I'm going to add a little bit of butter to it. That's 3 minutes. Just get that butter in there. A little bit on the side. Okay, there we go. Done. Now we're going to let it rest for about 5 to 10 minutes. Be back in just a moment. The timer just went off. It is time to see what we've got. Time to slice into it. Slices very easily. That's looking pretty nice, I'll tell you what. Take a look at this piece. Is that nice or what? Tears apart very easily. Super easy. You couldn't ask for anything more tender. Let's see how it tastes. It's like butter melting in your mouth. This is really, really delicious. I gotta say, honestly, I think I'd rather have this over a ribeye. I really would. This is really good. You have got to try this. I really appreciate you watching. If you liked it, hit the like button. Consider giving us a subscription because we love our subscribers. And with that, I will see y'all next week. Oh, Gunner, you got to try this. Come here. Oh, good boy. Gunner approved. Bye-bye.